I'm Anthony Pyatt, also known as Hades from the Fiery Depths, and you're watching WZRA TV.
All right. So tell us a little bit about Descendants, the Rise of Red. Tell us all about that. I want to know first off, how did you get involved in the movie? How did you get the role?
Okay. It's a fun story. Like most actors, an audition came through, but it said that the role was Hades, and I was like, "That's cool." And in any context, I want to play like a Greek god of the underworld. Um, and I got to do like one liner many times over, and I didn't know for the longest time that it was actually my one line in the middle of a song. Um, and there was a singing portion and a dancing portion, and then there was a callback over Zoom, just like this with the director and the casting directors. And then the casting director gave me a call and gave me a little nudge in the right direction of what Disney needed to see, like that it was bigger and splashier than normal TV film. And the whole process took like a month or so. Um, and then you get the call from your agent, and you both geek out.
Wow, that is so cool. That is awesome. So what was the whole experience like filming the movie like for you then? What was that all like and how long did the process take for the filming?
Wow. So the whole film, including rehearsals, was about a 3 month process. We
Okay.
we basically went through a dance boot camp of just really drilling in those like K-pop genre, hip hop influence dances, and make
Okay.
them nice and sharp over the course of a month. And then we filmed for about a month and a half, like February into like mid to late March. Um, and it was nice and chilly when we were first getting started. And I loved that. I'm a Orlando, Florida native, and people usually go one of two ways depending on where they're born. They either like only ever want the weather that they
Yeah.
grew up in, or they want
Yeah.
the opposite. I'm the latter. I want the opposite. So I love cold weather.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and it was a learning experience. It was dynamic. I've made friends that will be in my life for the rest of my life. I'm grateful for. I'm a better dancer for it, and I feel like I understand facets of the industry better now. It's so cool to for everybody who loves watching behind the scenes and blooper reels and stuff.
Mhm.
Living through behind the scenes is very neat. Like um, there's a I think it's called an aphorism that Matthew McConaughey quotes in his Green Lights book that I really love, where he says, "Less impressed, more involved." And
Oh.
I actively have to work on that all the time, especially through filming Descendants, because I constantly want to be impressed. I want to be
Yeah.
like, like the people around me are so talented and the costumes are so cool, and it's a really fun shift in a career and in a life to bring down the silver screen and dive in and get involved.
Well, we didn't know, like we said, first time watching the movie, we're like, what is it going to be like? It looks like full of life, everything like that. But it was like actually, obviously, amazing. We watched, me and my sister, we watched like 10 times over. We still watch. The music's amazing. The cast is amazing. You guys seem like such sweet people. Everybody loves even like Brandy in the movie, Rita Ora. Everybody is just like perfectly placed who they're supposed to be in the cast, the filming, everything, like everything is amazing. And it's not just saying it just to say it. Truly is. And it just set forth like a new life for everybody because like we said we're all just living on this high vibe of the movie, you guys just being who you are, the tours coming out as well, like it's just like amazing. And like I'm so proud of Disney Plus for
Mhm.
doing this platform and doing this type of movie because like we said we have like the best things to say about it. So from our perspective as well, your hard work that you guys have put in definitely paid off for sure.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Yes, yes, raving reviews.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's all I have to. Sorry, I have to say it's not even a question. It's just like my review
No,
time. Like this
no,
is,
I no, I
you got to
agree.
hear
I agree.
it.
My name's Anthony Pye, and I approve of this review.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. And we're waiting now. Is there going to be another Descendants following? Because they left us kind of hanging here. Like your perspective, you allowed to say anything? What is happening here?
My answer to that is right there in the comment section with everybody else on social media. We are
Okay.
all waiting with bated breath and excited and hopeful. And I think that's about all I can say for now. But I'm certainly ready to dive back in when my phone rings.
Okay, awesome. We'd love to hear that. We'd love to hear that. And I
Yeah.
was going to mention, sorry, because you said about Hades. I'm Greek, so it just fits the plat.
Ah,
Hades really fits
incredible.
our whole radio here and everything like that. That we're Greek radio. So
I That's been one of my favorite, no lie, that's one of my favorite symptoms of the explosion of success of this thing, are all the different interpretations and directions people are taking it in. And I
Yes.
love people picking through. They're like, why is a Greek god at school?
Yeah.
Why is he
Why?
hanging out with these other villains? Why does he choose to
Yeah.
date Maleficent over anyone else? And there
Yes.
have been some really fun fan theories of digging into the lore of like the Greek lore of Hades of why he might characteristically choose this. So it's really cool. So that's super special that you get to share that connection.
Yes. Yes. You seem obviously in the movie and in real life very close with Maleficent, with Mars there. Are you guys really close in real life as well? Or like, how is this
I would
one of
like
you
to
guys
think
are spending?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mars is one of the people I was mentioning earlier that I do believe will be a dear friend for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Um, I was saying this earlier today, as a matter of fact, that you you roll the dice when you book a job. You don't know
Yeah.
what kind of personalities you're going to work with. And for something like this that could potentially have a future for us working together for a while, what a gift. What an
Yeah.
absolute gift that I get to work alongside Mars. Because not only are they super talented, but they're a very kind, caring person. They care very much about the people around them. They care about the craft. And so we've had plenty of fun conversations about audition tapes and on acting choices, and it's been so refreshing. So yeah, I love Mars to pieces.
Oh, that's awesome. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast? I mean, I can't even like begin to name all of them because there's so many of you guys. There's like there's Kylie and Ruby Rose, like there's just so many. And then there's like even Brandy and Rita Ora who are, icons here that you guys got to work with. What was that like? Just I guess everybody. I don't know if you want to name them all, but what was it like working with everybody?
Yeah. Goodness, I feel a little like Peter Parker stepping into the Avengers.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, there's Thor. Oh, there's Captain America.
I
Um,
get that.
yeah, everyone is so wicked talented, so gracious and inviting. Again, like Mars wasn't even the only one that walking into this, everyone was like, hey, guess what? We're friends now. Because it's not in the contract.
Well, yeah,
Nothing
no,
says
it's
we
not.
have to
Yeah.
be. and and everyone has come from these vastly different walks of life and and are so giving. Dara Renee was so generous with her experience and with her time and her family. Um, and Peter Lindell's a breath of fresh air. Paolo Montalban, what a kind soul.
Wow.
His friendship is one that I'm grateful for. Now, I could go on and on. I'm a huge Ted Lasso fan, and I try to be cool about it, but I'm really geeked out about the fact that I'm in a scene with Jeremy Swift, who plays
Yeah.
Principal Merlin.
Yes.
And the list goes on and on. The VKs, we all gel and we're all buds and miss each other all the time. And um, it was also fun that we all have such distinct characters from one another that we get
Yeah.
to plop into these scenes together and watch everyone make such fun choices that are all different from one another.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, it was a ride.
Wow. I don't know if you dress up for Halloween, but Halloween is coming up. It's like, are you guys gonna be your characters? Because you guys are pretty epic at that. Like, are you just dressing up as that? Like, just good to go? You're like Hades, you ready to go? Or you're dressing up as something else? Like, I was like, even like Joshua, everybody, like, is he hooked? Like, you guys, that's it?
Oh my goodness. I would probably end up dressing as like one of my peers because their costumes were so cool. We kind
Okay.
of
Who?
we perpetually had costume envy among each other.
I was
I
gonna say, I was like, are you gonna switch
yeah.
it up? Okay.
I love Josh's like their take on Josh's hook.
Yes,
I thought
yes.
that captain's coat was so slick and
I
those
know.
boots. I loved Peter's look as Morgie. It almost had like a little Harry Styles vibe going
Yes,
on.
yes.
Very like classy, like gold and black ornate boots with like the neckerchief. Like it was so slick. I'd probably go as like Hook or Morty if I could, or
Yeah.
maybe I don't know, maybe out on a limb. Like I thought Professor Principal Merlin was
No
pretty dope.
way.
His whole
Yeah, he
his
is.
outfit, his office. Fun fact, actually, true story. The background on my phone since filming has been like a close up of like the wallpaper from the set of Principal Merlin's office. That's
No
how cool.
way. Oh my
Yeah,
God. It seems so cool in there. That is
yeah. The
awesome.
set dressers did a phenomenal job.
Oh my gosh. Now, how much time did you spend in there? It sounds like you didn't like want to leave that area because
Um, It really sticks out in my mind because it was among some of the last things we got filmed. And I
Okay.
particularly remember taking one last little stroll through Merlin's office on the day we wrapped,
Wow.
because it was in close proximity to where we were filming. I think the very last shot of the entire film we wrapped on was me and the VKs in the woods just outside of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And that was
Oh,
nearby because we were on sound stages.
yeah. Is there anything else behind the scenes that you can tell us that kind of happened, like, not shown? Anything that you can really tell us, like even here in that lagoon area? Like, was there anything, I don't know, anything memorable you
Yeah.
can remember? Like, tell us about that.
We spent a lot of time together offsite. Um, we would go on like little adventures in Covington and sometimes Atlanta. Um, I think one special memory I would say was when all of us VKs went out to Covington Square to do just some bonding, and we got dinner and we did some like glow in the dark axe throwing
No
and knife
way.
throwing, which was really cool. I mean, honestly, like nothing more surreal than being surrounded by such talented actors who actually play villains, throwing blades into the wall and having them stick and glow in the dark. It was very on brand for us, and we had a lot of fun, a lot of like singing at the top of our lungs in my car, um, which was a lot of fun. And I have one particular memory of crossing paths with Rita Ora, and I'm positive she probably had no idea. She has no idea. But I remember one of the days she was there to do some makeup and hair testing, and I used to be in the zone where I had this like $5 like light up Bluetooth boombox that I would carry under my arm, and I would
Okay.
just
Yeah.
like listen to. I made like a whole playlist. I would like get into Hades mode. Um, and I remember like walking to set just like super in it, and my on my pockets like and I like pass someone in like vibrant red, and I'm like, hey, and I like keep walking. I get like 10 steps past. I was like, oh, that was Rita Ora. Oh, and
No
got to keep going
way.
because we got a job to do. But it was so cool to see her in person, and then of course seeing her on the red carpet was just like
Wow. Wow.
walking amongst literal stars, just like glitter coming off them.
That's amazing.
It was very cool, and I loved watching. I got to visit Maddox Hatter's set a couple of times,
Okay.
and that was a very cool set that they put a lot of detail into. Like, I don't know how much behind the scenes footage exists, and I hope more comes out. I don't know if it
Yes.
will,
Yes.
but I loved that set. And maybe tying back into our conversation before the interview, maybe I liked it because it kind of reminded me of an escape room.
Yes.
And for the people who don't know, I'm a huge escape room fan. Um, yeah, there were just so many little details and side projects that gave him such depth to his character. And there was like a Rube Goldberg machine in the background that was really cool. Such a neat thing to see.
That's awesome. You.
And then yeah, during the writer's strike, Jimmy Fallon came and visited while I was at Ragtime Gal, so I got to improvise on stage with him a little bit and sing. And he wore my hat, and
Wow.
he
Yeah.
he threw my imaginary baby, and so he's 10 out of 10 improver, a 2 out of 10 babysitter is what I say.
That is so cool. Jimmy Fallon's though like one of our favorites. Like we love him. So like was he nice in person? I mean, like did you get to
Of
speak to him
course.
like before and after? Like he was like really cool?
He's one of those people that he is exactly what you see is what you get.
Really? Okay. That's
Yeah,
good to hear.
yeah. He is very giving and generous, and I've actually taken things I've learned from watching him and applied them to my own career.
Really?
Yeah, it depends on the genre, of course, like where it's needed, but there's like what I call the Jimmy Fallon effect, that is like if I'm having a good time, then you're having a good time.
Yeah, yeah.
um he has a way of like look just effortlessly having fun while doing his job and making his guests look good. I will always be grateful for that.
Awesome. And then also you were on Will Trent's. Tell us about that
It was.
experience.
Will Trent to this day is one of my favorite jobs I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, everyone on set was so good at their job. They were so kind and welcoming to strangers.
Yeah.
Um, it it was rewarding to dig into some more complex emotions and connecting with other actors and different kinds of relationship dynamics. Um, it was very cool to see actors who hold the mantle of being a principal in their own show and how they hold respect for the position they're in, and their kindness and their support and their welcoming candor to people like me who were just there for a couple days. I'll never forget that. And Keith Powell was the guest director, who is most famously known for playing Toofer in 30 Rock.
Mhm.
Um, and he was a fantastic guest director. I learned so much from
Wow.
him, only working with him for a couple days. And he was giving and um, just right there for you as an actor of like, what do you need?
That's
Let's
amazing.
talk about the story we're telling. How do we want to tell it? And um, it was cool. And I've always had a little bit of a boyish flair for like stunt work. So the fact that we had someone like him at the helm who is growing in that field, and I got to like do a chase scene on foot where I get to run and have a stunt double that gets tackled and all that.
Yeah,
It was
that's
I was geeking
cool.
out.
So tell us, obviously, the Descendants are having a tour, The Rising Red, and we're so excited for that. Are you going to be part of the tour?
I don't know at this time, but I tell you what, if that comes to pass, I would be thrilled too. I'm so excited for my co-stars. I think they're absolutely going to soar. I I have the privilege of having been there to make the movie and see what their magic looks like in person, and the fact that other people are going to get to experience that now is incredible.
Yes.
I hope everyone recognizes like just how lucky we all are that that's going to be something everyone gets to experience. And I hope the best for them. And if I happen to be there at any point, that'll be pretty dope.
That would be amazing. So go ahead and tell me also. So you were telling me like what other acting jobs you've done and everything like that, like Will Trent. Is there anything else that you've done or any other future projects you're working on, or tell us all about that?
So I cannot legally share what set I was on a few weeks ago,
Okay.
but I can tell you that I'm very excited for it to come out, and that I know there are going to be a lot of fans that are really excited to see it. So that's in the works.
Okay. That's exciting.
Uh,
So we can't know
yeah,
nothing here. We're just
big
okay.
ol' I'm a good actor.
Okay.
I a good professional, should I say?
But the smile on your face kind of says a lot. So just by that, I think we can kind of tell it's gonna be great, whatever it
It's yeah,
is.
I'm excited. Also, I I owe a lot of who I am to growing up watching Star Trek with my father, and I'm very excited that they're creating more Star Trek things, more productions, and if I can get to be in one of those, I would be satisfied. Star Wars would be cool
Oh
too.
wow. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, those are like my pie in the sky deals. I'm still like a theater kid at heart with big Broadway dreams, but I love TV and film. I feel like I'm where I belong when I'm on set, and I'm excited for uh, whatever this career unfolds itself to be, because it's never going to be what you exactly imagine it to be, but
Mhm, mhm.
every step along the way has been fulfilling, and I'm excited to see what this platform what direction it might take me in.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I'm excited
but
for you, like we said, because everything is so bright for you. And just speaking with you, like we said, just picking up your energy, I feel like you're just really on the right path. Like everything that you're doing, like we said, even like you said, shooting the star, like you'll land in the clouds. I feel like regardless for you, no matter what you do, it is your path. And you'll still get to where you're supposed to be, regardless. Even if you take detours, you'll still end up where you're supposed to be. And even the detours will have magical
yeah.
experiences and places and things and people. And it's like, I don't know, like it just very like yeah, your future seems very like bright just from talking to you, and I see that in
Woo. From your mouth
yeah,
to the casting director's
yeah,
ears, I appreciate it.
yeah. No, I
Thank you
do
so much.
really, really, really. Now, are you a person like we said because you're indulged like with like what's it called? What's the word? Like you like all of these movies and things like that. Do you believe in like the everyday magic of things? Like, do you believe like there's just sparkle to life? Do you have that? Like, what inspires you every day to kind of just get up and be like, you know what? I'm inspired. I want to act. I want to do this. I want to sing. Like, what
Oh
inspires you?
yeah. Oh, I love that question. How would I sum that up? Well, first and foremost, I am a big believer that what we do as actors is an act of service.
Mhm.
We provide, at the very least, escapism. We start conversations, um, and we help people connect to emotions. Um, we sort of streamline that for people, and um, I am inspired by the ways that the magic of stage and TV and film have done that for me and done that for my loved ones. And uh, I am thrilled at the concept that I'm doing that now and that I'll continue to get to do that. And another side fun fact, until proven otherwise, I'm fairly certain I actually come from a family related to Marilyn Monroe relatively closely.
No way.
Um, and I, on my mother's side, um, the Jean Bakers from Lynn County, Missouri. My sister's middle name is Jean. It runs in the family. Um, and my aunt looks very much like her, and my mom has striking resemblance. And um, I think it would be a really cool full circle thing to be able to connect to that part of my past because there's a lot of my familial history that is a mystery to me. And if there's any truth to that, like it would feel fulfilling. It would feel full circle. So that really inspires me.
Wow, that is something I didn't expect that. That's pretty amazing. Wow, that's something to, I don't know, like just knowing that, like to live with that, like that's amazing. That's
Oh,
amazing.
thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, and of course, watching all of my heroes, like, all of the actors and directors of photography that I admire. Whenever I see them creating quality work, I'm like, oh yeah, that. Yeah, put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Yes, yes. Are you a Marvel fan? Do you like Marvel stuff?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for all of it.
You are. Okay.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it seems like you like a lot of just different stuff like that. Is there something that really is your okay, Harry Potter's like a given, okay. But something that just like your ultimate
Hmm.
favorite, you're like you live by it, you like love it.
Let me think. I'm a pretty diehard Christopher Nolan fan.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
not necessarily for not for the superhero stuff. I mean, like I do love the Dark Knight series, but I think one of the first films I ever saw that like blew my mind open, where I was like, oh, I've always loved film, and now I want to be a part of it, was Inception. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was the first movie I saw with just such an engaging, thought-provoking plot and characters. It made me want to run around the corner with my friends and talk about it all night long. It made me
Yeah.
think about it for days. I have a whole odyssey of a story around the movie Tenet, where I wanted to see it in theaters really bad, and I didn't get to in 2020, and then I attempted to for a birthday like a year ago, and it didn't work out. And then they put it in theaters recently, and I saw it for the first time, and I went right back and saw it like twice and three times in the theaters, and just like gobbled it up. And I went home and did research. I love movies and TV shows that take the concepts through which we frame life and say what if and run with that what if, let the train ride down that track and see where it takes us. I think Taika Waititi does that very well as
Mm-hmm.
well. He has in such a more fun way, with his series What We Do in the Shadows and Our Flag Means Death. And
Yeah.
he his these shows and these ideas seem like they came with like somebody was sitting around at coffee or something and was like, what if this? And then
Yes.
they just ran with it. So I get really inspired by those things. As obvious of an answer as it is, I think Avengers had the greatest impact.
Oh,
It's
Avengers.
it,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it will always be the most like monumentous film experience I will recall as an audience member, of
Yeah.
like hearing an entire packed theater collectively gasp and cry and scream with success. um yeah, so every bit of that gets me fired up. And oh, and I loved WandaVision.
Oh, the best. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. If you know, you
Again,
know.
yeah, again, like another what if concept of like,
Yes.
what if we did this, but it was like different eras of television and just run with that. So I love when they I would call it less pushing boundaries and more exploring uncharted areas.
I love that. WandaVision was the best. It was not enough episodes. I'm sorry. That ended too quick. Not enough episodes. Like we needed more of that. It was so good.
Yes,
So good.
I have always been a fan of Catherine Hahn. I think she is crazy talented, and I love seeing her get her own series where you're getting to see every color of the palette she pulls out. She is funny and she is intimidating and terrifying, and she is deep.
She is.
Um, and that looks so fun. I just watched the trailer to it the other day,
Oh,
and I
you
got
did. You
really
did.
fired
Did you
up
like it?
about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I will be locked in, buckled up in the couch with my popcorn, ready to go when it airs.
Yep, yep. It's really good. She's really like dynamic actress. She's really just you feel her energy through the screen is just so yeah, fierce. Like wow.
Yeah.
She's really good. She's really good.
So seeing her go toe to toe with Broadway legend Patti LuPone in a Marvel superhero setting that's also got some like spooky Halloween vibes to it, that you're checking all my boxes.
Yes.
I'll be there.
Yes. Now, are you a big Halloween fan? Are
I am.
you okay, you are. Okay. That's good.
My
Now,
favorite season.
okay, yeah, my favorite too. Do you celebrate pretty much not just October, like do you start
Oh
early?
yeah.
Like, oh, you do. I was gonna
Oh
say.
yeah. Yeah, the pumpkin spice this, the apple cider that, everything orange, burnt orange and browns and yellows and I've got like three flannels laid out on their bed over there, just like waiting for the temperature to drop a few more degrees.
Yeah, that's right. You have a favorite Halloween movie. Is there something there? There's not even one. There's probably like a lot. Like, are you also an Edward Scissorhand fan?
For the sake of the fact that it is Florida film history, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, what about your favorite Halloween movies? Do you have any?
Oh, well, I have this irony where like I can act gore, but I can't like I really struggle watching it.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
So my favorite Halloween films are more like suspense and psychological thrillers. I'm trying to think of the last good one I watched. I really enjoyed Late Night with the Devil earlier this year. It was like an indie
Okay.
film that did really well for itself. Um, I think the first somewhat horror film that really drew me in was 1408 with John Cusack and Samuel L.
Oh,
Jackson.
wow. Yeah, yeah.
I think it was a Stephen King novel originally. Um, what else?
Do you watch
Uh,
anything cutesy, like cutesy, like no, like Hocus Pocus? Like, do you watch
Hocus
anything like
Pocus,
stuff like that? Like, not so scary.
Halloween Town
Okay,
2.
okay, you do, yeah.
Oh
Good
yeah,
stuff.
oh yeah. And I
Okay.
grew up on the DCOMs, the Disney Channel original movies, like gotta throw it back to like Smart House and stuff.
Yes, yes. You watch it back. We were just watching it back like last week, and I don't. It's amazing as of
Yeah.
now. Yes. How about you?
Oh
Remember
yeah.
like all the good stuff, like Xenon.
Oh yeah,
Um.
Eddie's Million Dollar Cook-Off.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Oh my
Xenon.
gosh.
We were just saying, isn't Xenon the zoom, 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 make my
Yeah.
heart go boom, boom,
Yes.
supernova
Nova
girl.
girl.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah. Oh my God.
good. Oh my God.
I'm so
Well,
glad we got those back.
are you a 90s baby? When were
I
you?
am.
Oh, you
I
are.
am.
Okay. Okay. That's
Oh,
cool.
this will be my second interview addressing this.
No
Um,
way.
there was a snafu. Um, I think my IMDb was hacked, and
No.
I thought it was just a mistake until one day I logged in and saw that somebody wrote my name as Anthony Lamar Pyatt, which is definitely 100% not my name. But yeah, they got my birthday entirely wrong, month, day, and year. And there were a lot of fans that were perplexed and freaked out by the
Oh,
fact that I
wow.
was 33, which I'm not. Um,
Wow. Can you please clarify what you are here? Your real
yes.
birthday and how old are you?
To those who are interested, yeah, my birthday is July 6th, 1993. I'm 31 years old. I was
No.
29 when I filmed Descendants, The Rise of Red. Um, and yeah, skincare routine. Get on it. You know what I
Do you
mean?
have one? You got one? Because
Oh
you're
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
what? You're looking good for 31.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we
Yes.
do.
Is it just the Florida air? Because is it just Florida?
Maybe.
Do you really have a skincare routine? Are you like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
I mean, I do, but it's nothing like I don't think it's like revolutionary. Matter of fact, I mean, I learned actually a good deal more about skincare from the makeup artists during Descendants.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
they are
sure.
masters in their field, and they're like, I recommend this, this, and that, and you go home and like days later you're glowing.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, can give away secrets from that.
Yeah,
So are you a Cancer?
I am,
Okay,
as far
that's
as I know.
cool. Okay. You
Does that make
don't,
you consider as well?
yes, I am full Cancer. When I say that, like I literally live up to what they say online I am. That's why I'm like, do you look into it? Do you match all those things or no?
Um, I constantly have this conversation and it never sticks in my brain. Um, I believe so to a degree. I think it's kind of funny that on a lot of Instagram, social media platforms where they're constantly posting like if you're a Sagittarius, you're this, and if you're Capricorn, you're that, or whatever. And like sometimes they're like scarily accurate and funny, and other times they're like way off. And there is this like stereotype that like cancers are just like big old cinnamon buns crying their eyes out
Okay,
24/7.
I was how that, yeah.
Yeah. And of course there's like a facet of that in me, but it's about as much as you want to ascribe to it. I
Okay,
think there are other facets to my chart. I have co-stars somewhere out there, but I don't I don't recall offhand what like the rising and the moon are. Yeah.
oh,
Oh, I could make this whole interview about therapy. It's one of my favorite topics. Like
really?
if
I
my platform takes off in the way I'm hoping it will, making mental health care accessible is going to be one of my like primary functions, I
You
think.
should. 110%. It is so vital and necessary. And like, I think the most important thing, like even the foods that you eat in your body, of course, like they do help you, but mental health, if you don't have the strength for that, your body can't function. Like your nervous system, your mind is the most important thing, first and foremost, that controls us. So yeah, it's very
You gotta take
important.
care of yourself.
Yep, yep, very important. So I support that. So anything you do for that, that's amazing.
Me
Thank you
too.
so much, Anthony, for the interview and being on our show and talking with us. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. You're fantastic. Lovely to get to know you. Thanks for
Thank you
giving me a
so
bit of your
much.
time.